On this week's episode, as part of our fitness and weight loss journey, we're giving up the booze. Wait, don't go! I'm joking, we're not. On this week's episode, we're going to be looking at how we can keep alcohol part of our weight loss regime. Party time! Woohoo! Yes! Welcome to episode 4 of Fat Matt, Fitness Struggles of a Middle-Aged Dad. This week we're taking a look at booze. Are we allowed to still have alcohol and stay on our fitness journey? We're going to speak to Anthony Tibbs. Tibbsy is a PT instructor back from my hometown in Burnley. He runs the Steam Training Club and I used to train with him about 8 years ago when I was back home. Let's find out what he's got to say and then we'll look at it in a bit more detail. The body doesn't process alcohol like it processes other stuff, does it? Go straight to the liver.
You know, the worst food in the world, you could eat a deep fried battered Mars bar.
Yeah.
Your body can still utilise that energy, you know, whereas alcohol, unfortunately, the body doesn't really have much use for it other than, you know, giving you a story to tell. So
let's say I cut out the beer and I cut out ciders and Alka-Pops and I'm having a little bit of Jack Daniels. Now, there's not a lot of calories in Jack Daniels, is there?
No.
But I'm still in danger of getting fat off it.
If you was to have a spirit, so even, you know, the lowest of calorie spirits, like a clear spirit, so let's say gin or vodka, in a shot, you've got about 50, 60 calories. So you could have that with a Diet Coke, you know, and you're only having 60 calories a drink, which is not a lot, but then it's the negative effects which go around that. You know, nobody goes out on a night out, smashes 10 vodkas if we're keeping it low calorie.
Yeah.
You're not going to accompany that with a salad, are you? You're going to go...
You want a kebab, don't you?
Exactly, you want a kebab, you want a pizza, and then what you don't finish on the night, you wake up, you know, you finish it in the morning.
Cold kebab in the morning, cold kebab breakfast. No, the alcohol is a poison, isn't it? So your body wants to get rid of that first. So if you eat a kebab on top of that, it's just going to turn that straight into the fat, store it as fat rather than process it. Is that right?
Well,
is that what happens?
Yeah, but it's more likely to happen, yeah, because when you drink alcohol, your body, its sole purpose is to get rid of them toxins, it's to get rid of them, that poison that you're putting in yourself. Your body is then concentrating on ridding the poison rather than, you know, burning the calories which you are consuming through diet, through eating.
But if I have a vodka and a kebab, my body's going to concentrate on getting rid of the vodka before it goes to the kebab. Is that right?
I mean, there's still going to be an element of your body. It's not just going to kind of stop doing its job. You know what I mean? Your body is still going to need energy. It's still going to break that food down. However, all you're doing is slowing the process. You know, your body doesn't go, right, hold on, that food can stay there, we're working on the wine or whatever. It is still going to break down and you are still going to burn some energy. That's just your body's metabolism. It's going to do that. That's not going to shut off completely. However, if I ask you to do 5 jobs rather than ask you to do 1 job, you know, if I ask you to do 1 job, you're going to be a lot quicker at it. Your sight is on that 1 job. Whereas if I'm saying, right, I want you to put this shelf up, I want you to decorate the room, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, you're going to be all over and them jobs are going to take a lot longer to finish, aren't they?
So if they're taking longer to finish, does that mean there's more chance of me storing it as fat or it's just going to take longer to do?
Well, it is going to take longer to do, and because of that, you are more likely to store fat because, you know, you don't know that your body is busy doing all these other jobs. Yeah. So, you know, it comes to 12 o'clock, oh, it's dinner time. Comes to 4 or 5 o'clock, it's tea time. You're slowing the process down, but you're still eating at the same rate. And if you are hungover, probably eating at a faster rate with more calorie-dense foods.
Yeah, I mean, the hangover cure, the bacon and eggs and fry up in the morning, that's got to be the worst thing you can do, really, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, but then it's your craving of salts. All the minerals that you've kind of wasted through going to the toilet too many times because you've been consuming alcohol. Your body wants to kind of top up on all the minerals.
I only ever drink when football's on. I'll have 2 glasses of Jack Daniels or a little glass of red wine or something like that when I'm watching Man United. And last night, for the first time, I switched to Coke Zero.
Right.
And I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, first of all, you know, I'd like to kind of start with this with, if your goal is principally for fat loss, you know, if that is your main goal, which I always kind of advise, focus on one goal. You know, you can have a sideline goal, but make your main focus one go. So if you're wanting to lose body fat, obviously you need to reduce calories. If you've been drinking a lot of fizzy drinks which are laced with sugar, switching that to a Diet Coke is step one. Secondly, people panic about aspartame and all these other sort of sweeteners in there. And the majority of the evidence shows that there is no real sort of detriment to your health, but you're definitely better off switching to a glass of water, aren't you? You know?
So, triple whammy for the booze. First of all, like the fructose, it doesn't get processed by the body. It only gets processed by the liver, which can only handle a little amount. So, if you have too much alcohol, you're going to get a fatty liver and you're going to get that beer belly. Whammy number 2, alcohol is treated as a poison in the body, and your whole body wants to try its best to get rid of it. So it's going to divert most of its attention to getting rid of the alcohol, which means any other calories in your body will take a lot longer to process and is much more likely to be stored as fat. And whammy number 3 is the actual calories in the booze. There's quite a lot, but they don't show them on the bottle. What's all that about? So if you're wondering, here's a little rough breakdown of what calories are in what booze. Now for the spirits, we're talking about double measures. Nobody's having a single, are they? What's the point? And vodka seems to be the best one for it at just 150 calories. Gin, just above that at 155. My favourite Jack Daniels is 165 along with Bacardis and things like that. Big glass of red wine, 170. One of those little bottles of Alka-Pops, 170 calories. They just fly down. Big glass of white wine around 200. A beer coming in at about 240, and then a cider just a little bit more than that. So in my tipple, Jack Daniels, I've got 160 calories in a double. But I like to chuck a Coke in mine, add a Coke on top of that, and you're up to about 300 calories. I would have to skip for 28 minutes to get that off. I would have to run for 34 minutes, go on the rowing machine for 48 minutes, or lift weights down the gym for 89 minutes. For one double JD and Coke. Fuck me. That's a lot of running. So I've started practicing. So here we go. First run I've been on in school, probably. Run for a couple of buses, always missed them. I'm just going to run around the outside of the garden, around the fence. It's not long, but I can promise you, I haven't run this far since school, since I went football team at school, and I come last in that. So it's not a good omen. Pants will come down if I don't tie them up tight. Here we go. Downhill, so it's not so bad that bit. Coming uphill now. Ow! Hurt my foot. Back's hurting a bit. About halfway. Feel like I'm in treacle. Okay now. Oh. Doggy. My ass. They probably think I'm coming back from a marathon. I gotta stop. Let me get it. So, nearly made it. Last little bit. Downhill. Here we go. Two minutes 20. Fucked. It's probably about 400 metres, if that. But I'm here. I haven't dropped down dead yet, so that's not bad. It is a start, and my heart didn't pack in, so it's not all bad. But what else can we do to minimise the effects that alcohol is going to have on our weight loss journey? Step number 1, switch that Coke to Coke Zero. So that's what I did when I was watching the match the other night. Did it have any other side effects? Watching United with the FA Cup with a little Jack Daniels and Coke Zero. I tell you what, I'm starving. Normally I'd be sat here with some nuts or some crisps or something like that. I don't know if it's that, the habit of that, or I've just got it in my head and the booze is making me like a bit weak-willed, or this Coke Zero is making me feel hungry. I don't know, but I feel hungry. And this game's shit. I'm having a bit of cheese. Don't really like cheese that much. It's not a kebab, but it'll have to do. I've researched a little bit about these diet drinks, and they all say about them being empty calories and how they trick your brain into thinking that you've had some food but there's no nutrition in there, so your brain then tells your body that you need to eat more food to make up for the bit that you've tricked it with. And that certainly seemed to be the case. I was starving. So let's see if we can make that Jack Daniels without any artificial sweeteners and go for my homemade Jack Daniels and ginger ale.
Stay away from my door. Trouble, stay away from my door. Trouble, come back, don't come around no more. Trouble, stay away from my door. Never stay away from my home. Never stay away from my home. Never go back and leave my soul alone. Never stay away from my home.
One of the reasons that I'm going through all this and you are at home is to get healthy and to get heart healthy. Now, one of the few alcoholic drinks that they say could be heart healthy if you have it in moderation is red wine. I'll be honest, I don't really like red wine, but I love sangria. But that's packed full of calories and sugar. So here in Spain, we have a thing called Tinto Verano, the summer wine. You can make it with soda and just a little bit of fruit juice, and it absolutely hits the spot on a warm, sunny day. Mwah! Now I'm squeezing a bit of fresh fruit juice in those drinks to sweeten it up because there's sugar in there. But there's a little tip to getting away with only putting a little bit in, is if you get that fruit and just rim it around the edge of that glass, that's going to leave that fruit juice around the edge. So when you get it on your lips and your tongue, that's going to taste of the sugary sweetness. Week 4. No move on the neck at 17. Half an inch off the chest, 46.5. The jelly belly still wobbles at 52.5. Time for a new belt. Half an inch off the waist at 47.5. No movement on the arse at 48. He's wasting away, down 2 kilograms, 112.5. 17.7 stone, down 4.5 pounds at 248. That's not bad, is it? Another 2 kilograms down. 4.5 pounds. Now that's at the top end really of what you should be losing per week, but it's very early days, and the bigger you are and the more weight that you've got to lose, that's probably going to drop off a lot faster at the start, and then we'll start to plateau a little later on. Let me know in the comments how you're getting along. Have you had a good week this week? This week has been my birthday week and Valentine's weekend. So we've had some booze and we've had some nice food, and I'm still managing to drop. And that's all come about without me counting any calories. And that's what people say it's all about, calories in versus calories out. Is that the whole story? Next week we'll take a look at that and also how to raise our calories out by doing more exercise and trying to raise our metabolic rate to burn those calories off when we're not exercising. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. That's it for this week. I'm Fat Matt, check it out. Woo!